Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be using another remix team. This time going to be a little bit more balanced. I know the Registeel double normal flyer video got a little bit of, not, I wouldn't call it hate, but just a little bit of criticism because there is quite a few weaknesses to the team and definitely some core breakers that are going to make it almost impossible to beat. This time, we have a much more balanced team. We have Ferrothorn in the lead, and then we have Pelipper safe swap and Cofagrigus in the back. So we cover basically all of our weaknesses. I'd say the biggest thing that we're weak to is probably normal flyers, but later on in this video, I did switch my Ferrothorn moveset to Thunder. I think that if you're actually going to run this team, Thunder is going to be better, but I think for the better half of this video, I'm running Mirror Shot. So I did start running into Noctowls, so that's why I switched it. I would almost 100% advise if you're going to run this team. I know there's like one day of remix as I'm making this video, but if you're going to run this team, definitely run Thunder on your Ferrothorn because you have coverage for Ice types and whatever else Steel is going to be needing to hit, especially Fairy. Like, you're going to be doing well against Fairy anyway. Nothing's... Fairy's not super effective against anything on this team. So, very balanced. You know, you have play against basically everything across the meta, especially in the Remix Cup. So, let's get into the commentary. We did have a good lead on the Whiscash. Cofagrigus switching because he came in with, I think, Frostlass. So we take out the Frostlass. We might go down a shield, but we're basically going to be able to take out the Whiscash. And then my opponent has Hypno in the back. This a little bit of a mistake here because they probably have Thunder Punch, but I'm just going to throw the Weather Ball on the CMP tie. My opponent doesn't get a move through, and it was actually a denial, so that's pretty good. My opponent overfarms as well because I think he knows that he has to get ahead on energy to be able to beat my Ferrothorn in the back, and he's just not going to quite be able to. So we did benefit from favorable alignment in that battle, but we are still able to take it nonetheless, and let's get into the next game here. Ferrothorn into, well, would you look at that, another Whiscash. So we have a Dugong safe switch here. I can just stay in because Pelipper is very, very good against Whiscash as well. So we're, you know, all the water types in this meta that are relatively common, you're going to have a lot to play against. So Pelipper being probably the superior water type in this meta because it takes care of all other water types, and there's not a ridiculous amount of electric in the meta. I'd say Ufisk is the best, but you have neutral play against Ufisk with Cofagrigus. You have super effective play against Ufisk with Ferrothorn, and then you can still hit Ufisk for super effective damage with Pelipper, and it's even better if they have Mudshot. So it's not even that bad of a matchup at all. So I wouldn't really say there's a whole lot in the meta that beats this team super hard. You're basically having at least one Pokemon that can hit anything for neutral, or you have at least one Pokemon that'll hit everything for neutral, and you will pretty much have two Pokemon that'll hit everything in the meta for neutral. Now I'm, I think the switch clocks were, yeah, the switch clocks were misaligned, and I'm going to come into my Ferrothorn, bait the Mirror Shot. They call the bait, they have the Blizzard, and they throw it, and I shield it. So we are just making all the right plays in this battle, and we're going to be able to take out the Whiscash here. If they have double water, I'm assuming they have to have something that counters grass in the back, and they do. They have Marowak, but it is no worry because I have Pelipper in the back still, and I have Cofagrigus with a little bit of health as well. So we're going to die to a Fire Spin there. Makes sense because it's double super effective, and we're going to be able to just take him out with a Shadow Ball. So Pelipper didn't even have to come into play, beating that entire team with just two Pokemon. Well, let's see, is this Dugong going to farm me down? Pelipper has to come in and throw one wing attack, which, I mean, it is what it is. Nothing Dugong has is going to be able to one-shot Pelipper, so Pelipper MVP of that game, throwing one wing attack, definitely needed it. No, Ferrothorn definitely had good alignment there, but we have a Linoon, so Ferrothorn resisting everything except the Shadow Claws. My opponent comes in with Beedrill. We have an answer to Beedrill. So we're going to come in with Pelipper. If they have Sludge Bomb, it's bad. They have X Scissor and Drill Run, I'm assuming, so I'm going to throw a Weather Ball here. probably, yeah, my opponent lets it go, and at this point, I'm obviously looking to farm down. My opponent's going to get to another X-Scissor, which is not a big deal. I'll be able to live it with quite a bit of health left and farm down. So this allows me to hit that Linoon with a Weather Ball, and I'll get Shadow Clawed down, but it's not like the energy advantage that Linoon's going to achieve is going to really do anything to this Ferrothorn here. So going to come in Ferrothorn, throw a Power Whip. This could be a CMP, and I think Ferrothorn would win the CMP, but my opponent's holding on to his energy very smartly. So now we have Steelix in the back. We have 2 Pokemon to take care of it. We are in the 2-shield scenario, so should be looking pretty good here, but Linoon does still have energy in the back. I thought I threw the Power Whip at the CMP tie. My opponent gets a move, and then as I'm throwing the Power Whip, he gets another one. So I'm kind of confused here as to what's going on. But at this point, I do have to shield a Crunch from Steelix. Probably should have let this one go and shielded the next one in case of that. The defense drop, even though I had 2 shields anyway. Let's see. Obviously, my opponent's going to shield up the Shadow Ball. So might have been a better play to go for Psychics, honestly. But we're going to let this Crunch go. It's actually going to take me out with the defense drop. And at this point, I just have to go for Mirror Shots. Another Dragon Tail through on my opponent's side. So the denials are not working in my favor at this point. Linoon's going to come in. And this is kind of stupid by me. I shield a Grass Knot. I was thinking a Thunder would probably KO at that range, but it's okay because I'm able to farm it down, and now I have a Power Whip that I can throw and take out the Steelix. So we're going to take that matchup anyway, and I think we're 3-0 in the set, but we have been benefiting from good leads. So we have a Pelipper here. This lead is relatively neutral when you're running Mirror Shot, but Pelipper only has Hurricane that it can hit you with, so here I make, I think, what I would probably call a mistake. I definitely could have thrown a Mirror Shot, I think, and then the 2 Weather Balls from Pelipper would KO. Maybe. But I bank all that energy on Ferrothorn, so I'm going to have to... I guess I don't have to ensure that I win Switch because Cofagrigus has, or Cofagrigus, however you call it, it has play against Pelipper, so... I'm going to let the second Flash Cannon go. We're getting into a little bit of dangerous territory here. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to another Weather Ball. Am I going to be able to get to the third one? Yes, I am, because I built up to 2. And my opponent can either take Switch. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm barely able to take Switch with 1 HP, so that was critical. Gonna throw 2 good lord, 2 Bullet Seeds. What is wrong with my English today? I'm so sorry. 2 Bullet Seeds and go a little bit over 100 energy, but get these Power Whips off regardless. It's doing a big chunk of damage to Pelipper, and my opponent didn't know I had Cofagrigus in the back, so let's see what he has to take care of it. My opponent had Pelipper, my opponent had Registeel, so definitely gonna have to have something that counters Electric, but he's just going to leave. I honestly have no idea what he could have had, but we're going to take a 4-1 set. I did end up taking my loss out of the video, but I think it was an absolute bogus game, like not worthy of being in the video. So at this point, gonna build up extra. This is where I'm really wishing I had Thunder. I'm actually gonna shield the Pidgeot, and it's Feather Dance. Why do I even shield Pidgeots anymore? But my opponent has Cresselia. It's not like I even need to win Switch, so I'm probably not going to invest a shield into Pelipper. I'm already down a shield, and there's a Pidgeot in the back, so we're not looking great. But at this point, going to build up to about 2 Weather Balls. And is my opponent going to get greedy with the farm down? He lets that Weather Ball go. And I make a play to shield the Grass Knot and not farm down with another Pokemon. And I give my opponent 2 shields and a Pidgeot. So I can almost guarantee he shields this Weather Ball. There's really no point not to for him. But he lets it go. So... I can come in with Ferrothorn and throw Mirror Shots now. My opponent has to throw Brave Bird. You have to throw Brave Bird. He throws Feather Dance, and I'm at the Mirror Shot now. This is a double debuff Mirror Shot, so it's not going to KO at all. And my opponent shields. I don't. What is he's performing the biggest throw of all time. What are you doing, dude? Okay, he lets that Mirror Shot go, and there's Machamp in the back, so it doesn't matter. Right? This is a Rock Slide, of course. I'm going to throw the Shadow Ball here. But unfortunately, my opponent's going to be able to outpace me to another Rock Slide, and I can only just hope to farm him up a little bit. But my opponent throws a 6. But it's somehow a Rock Slide. I don't remember Machamp's counts. Let's see. Oh, this game's going to be close. Going to get to this Mirror Shot on the Machamp. I just have to pray that I live a Gust. Do I live a Gust? Do I live a Gust? I live a Gust, and I get the Mirror Shot? Oh my goodness. Is this going to KO the Pidgeot? Oh my goodness. I remember that game now. I definitely thought I was dead in the water, but my opponent performed the biggest choke job of 2021. Worse than anything I've ever performed. But all that hype for this. Just watch closely here. Lag. Okay. Okay. So we should both be getting fast moves through, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. My opponent gets 4 free Dragon Tails through. And look at my energy. It's not going up at all. Because this game is extremely balanced. And just favors giving my opponent 3 or 4 Dragon Tails. I threw 5 Bullet Seeds, and my opponent had an Earthquake. I threw 5 Bullet Seeds, and my opponent had an Earthquake. My opponent has Dragon Tail as a fast move. I throw 5 Bullet Seeds. He gets 4 free Dragon Tails through due to lag, and gets to the Earthquake. My LTE was on. I had a connection to a stable internet source, but the servers of Niantic are so incredibly bad that they just favor giving somebody immense amounts of energy for no reason. I'm furious. I'm furious with Niantic. I don't know what their deal is. They need to fix their game. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. But whatever. I guess I get rewarded for all that bullshit with the good alignment. We have, I think my opponent had Diggersby. I don't know why you switch out of that lead. You have Fire Punch. So you're fine. You actually win against Ferrothorn. I think in maybe all shields, or at least two of the shield scenarios. But now I get to just murder it. I don't know why he came back after switch with this thing. Because now I get to align my Cofagrigus on something else. Obviously assumed he has Hyper Beam. He has Hyper Beam, and now he has Frost Blast in the back, so this game is over. Okay. So I think I'm 2-1 in this set. I guess I get punished for getting lucky by having my previous opponent choke. And the game was like, wait a second, you didn't deserve that win. Let's just make it impossible for you to win anyway. And I'm just so fed up. I'm so fed up. Niantic really does a good job at pissing me off. And I think a lot of the community. But a small platform with 360 subscribers isn't gonna really do a lot. I don't have a lot of power in forcing or pushing change. So it is what it is. We have the new Pokemon. This was on my top 10 unreleased Pokemon list. It was an honorable mention, but it sucks. So it had the right moveset, Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, and Night Slash. It was an honorable mention on my Great League list. And it wasn't on the Ultra League list. Surprise. I think the video's already up. But it actually wasn't on my Ultra League list. It was on my Great League list, though, as an honorable mention. It has a winning percentage. It's ranked like 2-something in the Great League, but it's not good. It's not meta, which makes sense for being an honorable mention on something that will be good in a Great League meta for an unreleased Pokemon. Something that didn't even quite make the list. That kind of makes sense. Makes me curious as to what the other Pokemon are going to see play-wise in the meta, if they're going to be good or not. But back to this game. Again, favorable alignment, good energy management, good shield management, and we take that game very easily. So we got Ferrothorn into Rainy Cast form. Good. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all, that this video is just me getting good leads over and over. I do have 3 sets, though, and I think when I switch my Ferrothorn to Thunder, I start experiencing bad leads. So that's something that we can look forward to, is me overcoming bad leads, because I think I do with a few. Drapion, not a great swap for me, but I think, get the attack debuff with the Mirror Shot, maybe? Crunch, I'm going to shield it. I don't know why. He gets the defense drop, and I'm at 2 Weather Balls / a Hurricane. Gonna bait him here. He doesn't fall for it, and he gets the crunch off because I was a pussy and I didn't throw the big move. Yay, I did not need to take all that damage. Oh, look at that! Back-to-back defense drops! Woo! Sorry, I'm being so loud in this video. I'll put a headphone warning in my description. My opponent lets a Hurricane go through. Very nice. And at this point, I'm not even needing to switch. My opponent's going to throw this Weather Ball. Just going to let it go down and farm down with Ferrothorn. And with all of this energy, I don't think I can be stopped. Shields are even. I have 2 Pokemon. He has 2 Pokemon, but his other Pokemon has like 0 HP. I think a Mirror Shot would probably kill it. But I throw Power Whip mistakenly. And my opponent has this thing, Dragalge, in the back. So I should be okay, because in the one shield it's pretty even. I'm going to throw out the CMP tie. This is got to be an Aqua Tail, because shield bait, right? Yeah. But I get scared and I shield for whatever reason. I think my opponent won't get to an Outrage, so I think I'd be having to shield an Aqua Tail anyway. And can I get to a move? 1, 2, 3, 4. My opponent overfarms. I think Aqua Tail would have KO'd from that range, but my opponent wasn't aware. And we're able to take the game. So, very nice win. Honestly, don't even know if I would have won if he would have thrown the Aqua Tail earlier. So, another 4-1 set. Yay. Alright, getting into the last set here. We have Pidgeot on the lead. This set, I think I have Thunder. And I do. So, 2 sets with Mirror Shot. Those are some of my first sets with the team. And then we get Pidgeot. Are they going to shield the Thunder? Are they going to shield the Thunder? Are they going to shield? Ooh, they let it go. Okay. I was thinking with my luck, they definitely would shield the Thunder, so pretty nice. I'm going to call the Feather Dance. It is the Feather Dance. Very nice. Okay. Double debuffed Power Whip. I think still might KO from here. My opponent is going to shield, so I think he might be smoking crack. Somebody might have to check in on my boy. He does come in Toxicroak, though, and this is why I have this team comp. You kind of run it like an ABB, in the sense that the lead is weak to fighting, and the back line is good against fighting. That's really the only thing making this an ABB line, because a Ghost type and a Water Flying type, they don't share any of the same weaknesses. A Water Flying type is weak to Rock, is weak to Electric, is weak not to Grass. It's not weak to Grass. I mean, it's not really weak to Ice either. But a Ghost type is weak to Dark types and other Ghost types and some normal types. So, not really any shared weaknesses. But my opponent comes in Feather Dances, so I'm actually going to get to a Psychic here. My opponent's being very passive with his charge moves on Pidgeot, and it's really coming to bite him. Now he has Malamar in the back. Pidgeot, or Pelipper up a shield is going to destroy this thing. You need a top left sooner than you are, because this man knew that I was making a YouTube video. He just wanted to make it a little bit longer. Instead of it being 27 minutes or something, he wanted it to be 28 or 27 and a half or something. I don't know. How long is this video? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's 25 and a half minutes. Could have been 25. Okay, we have a Machamp lead. Bad lead. Okay, we come into Pelipper. My opponent has Jirachi. This is something I don't see very much in the Remix meta. Gonna throw the first Weather Ball. My opponent's gonna let it go. I'm gonna try and throw on a CMP tie. I think that's 5 confusions for my opponent, so we should be getting to the move at the same time. My opponent does shield a Weather Ball, and he's going to be getting a move through. Is this Doom's Desire? It is Doom's Desire. It is not a Psychic or a Dazzling Gleam. And let's see. Was that... Did I throw out the CMP tie? Was our energy off? Maybe? My opponent lets the weather ball go! He didn't fight for switch! He had such a good lead! And he gets the counter down on my Machamp, but I have another answer to fighting in the back. I'm not going to be double weak to this thing. My opponent cross chops when I come in. And Dugong's in the back. Now I have favorite alignment, and this game's over. What the heck? Bruh, someone needs to teach this man how to be patient. And someone needs to teach me how to not speak like I have ADHD, but that's okay. Maybe I do have it, and I just never knew. Alright, again, another situation where if my opponent had just left the game, this video wouldn't be 25.5 minutes, but we get the luxury of playing Ace Rank trainers who have hope. But that's okay. You could even call this a mistake on my end by throwing this Power Whip with so much HP, but yeah, I think my opponent knows that this is over, so he's just going to stop tapping and accept his defeat. Oh, I'm prolonging the video too. Bro, we're all doing it. Let's make this video 30 minutes. Just kidding. Alright, Dr. Pokevat, getting into the next one. We have Dragalge in the lead. Now that I have Thunder, this is bad. If I had Flash Cannon, it'd be okay. But I'm going to come into my safe switch, which is Pelipper, and my opponent has Empoleon. This is a meta sweaty tryhard team. Dragalge and Empoleon. I think the last... What's the last mon on this team? Oh, you can't hold me accountable to answering a question like that. I don't have a brain. Drill Peck coming through, gonna let it go. Do I try and get crafty and throw the Hurricane? No, I don't. I don't even build up to it. Let's see if my opponent knows that. He shields a Weather Ball. That's okay. I'm gonna throw one more Wing Attack so my opponent doesn't get free turns through, and I'm gonna throw this Weather Ball. Gonna do some chip, and now at least I can farm down with Ferrothorn. Isn't that just great? Alright, one Bullet Seed. I should probably be able to get like 2 or 3 more, so that's not bad. But, we're gonna get hit with another Drill Peck. Whatever. Oh, okay. So when my opponent was throwing that Drill Peck, I came to the realization that if I want to win this game, I need Cofagrigus to have energy and health and shields. So, I come in with that so I can get a little bit ahead on energy. I think I get 2 Shadow Claws through. Gonna shield up a Aqua Tail. That's fine. I need health on this thing. And, I think I got a turn through, so I throw on 3 because my opponent didn't quite get his second move through yet. He lets it go, and the Wireless in the back. My opponent has an ABA team that's double dragon, but one of the dragons is in the lead. So if you see something like Dugong or Lapras, you're kind of screwed. But, I mean, like... I guess you're using it as a team in the sense of, like, Zweilous is weak to fighting, Dragalge's not weak to fighting, maybe? And I guess Dragalge's not... I mean, Dragalge's pretty weak to Fairy, Zweilous is awfully weak to Fairy, and then the other Pokemon is Empoleon, so... so much for that team being a sweaty meta tryhard team. I think if you had a better third mon that had better coverage, it'd be a good team. But I still lost anyway. We have another Machamp lead, so how are we going to play this? Well, I come straight into Pelipper, and if my opponent switches out too late, they're going to feel my wrath. Drapion is not the greatest safe swap. I am going to build up to a Hurricane and throw the Weather Ball. If I can get the shield here, this will be huge. I do get the shield. So I think I'm basically going to have to shield because I can't lose switch. I don't really have a great answer to Drapion, so I'm very glad they came in with theirs. And I get pretty gutsy. I throw the Hurricane, and my opponent shields again. So this is kind of bad. But my opponent gets greedy once again and goes for the farm down. Now, lag occurs, and my opponent gets a free move through because we were at a standstill. I realize that I can't farm this thing down. And I also realize I'm not going to win switch, so I come in to try and farm down with Cofagrigus, and... well, that just doesn't work because I have to expend another shield. But there's hope in the fact that he came in with Machamp for a split second. I don't know if you guys saw that. Rewind in the video if you want to kind of see what he did. So my opponent's switch timer is not up. So that's pretty good. So I can throw this next Shadow Ball on Reggie and not have to worry about a catch, which is cool. And now I just have to bank on the fact that I can get to a... Psychic. Oh, goodness, I tried to catch on Pelipper. Oh, my lands. That's definitely not great. I think I come back in with... Whoa! Oh, no, I sold. Oh, did I sell? Oh, I sold so hard. I sold. I really just needed it. I just really needed to commit to that on... really needed to commit on Cofagrigus to getting to the move. Well, we're ending this video on a loss. I am so sorry. So sorry. But that was a 3-2. Oh, goodness. I don't even get to see. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry it was kind of a mess, but, you know, I gotta give my to crap whenever I can, so, because you gotta fix your game, man, like, seriously.